Got to make sure the camera's running. So many times I'll start it up and just start going, and then I happen to glance at the fucking screen that's black because I have it on photo setting. That's why I'm always staring at myself every time I start this up, so I can make sure it's on. I'm looking at it, and there we go. You know, I do that now between segments too, because many times it's the same thing. Whether it's a segment at the beginning of the video, you don't care about the shit. It doesn't matter. I was looking through my stuff, and I was like, wow, I don't have any Schizo Garage episodes. I haven't done one in a while. And then it's like, I'm in here a lot though lately. So they start out walking Waikiki, and they end up here a lot. The weird thing is though, it's like the Schizo Garage episodes don't get as many views, or the Batcave H&L gets even less than Schizo Garage. It's all the same fucking thing. It's just the only difference in the shows or the location. Again, you don't fucking need that information. What the fuck am I talking about here? Let's start over. How you doing? Pretend I just started it. Okay. This fucking... A couple days ago, I was doing something. I don't know if I even posted it yet. Sometimes I get backlogged. But I was like, yeah, this Epstein thing isn't nothing burger. No one's going to care. I was wrong. People are really freaking out about this shit. It's funny, you know, seeing all these creators, especially on YouTube, like, having these meltdowns. Like, it's finally confirmed. There are actual cannibal Satanists that run the world, and they're you know, some people melting down about this. It's like, you know, welcome to our world 10 years ago. I mean, me and some of you guys were talking about this stuff, if you had channels or not, or just talking about it among your friends. We knew, a lot of us knew all this stuff, and we were made fun of by people for saying stuff like that, you know. At least on the boards and on the internet. I don't talk about this stuff with many people in my day-to-day, person-to-person life. But yeah, it's pretty cool because, well, it's not cool. Of course, it's horrible. But it's good that people finally are seeing this stuff after so long. Every little thing that the schizo community tries to yell about and gets shouted down, laughed at about, it always turns out to be, in air quotes, true. You know, where the larger mainstream normies and everybody else kind of somehow learns that we were right again. And it's not great being right with this stuff, because a lot of it's fucking horrible. You know, especially this stuff. But it brought up a lot of old, you know, thoughts about stuff when I went through this a long time ago. Like, it's some of the photos that are coming out now, like the one with Epstein and the kid tied down with the magnifying glass thing that's making the rounds. It's like, this shit is so old. It's so old. You know, if you posted that 10 years ago, when with the Podesta emails, when all this stuff was becoming was being seen by some of us, you'd get laughed at. Like, no, that's fake. What is that? Doesn't show anything. And now people looking at this stuff like, can you believe? I was talking about that guy in Atlanta having a meltdown in the airport, like just screaming at people about, you know, how can they keep going on with their day. Walking around the airport like nothing's happening. They are eating children. He's freaking out, and you know, I'm with him. You know, I know how he feels. It's the kind of thing that would make people want to stop going to work, want to stop paying their taxes, and want to start doing some real fucked up shit. Yeah, it's like this is the response I thought we were gonna get. when all this first came out. Instead, they contained it. They got it all in a little box and brought it up to the mountain and fucking kicked it off the cliff. And that was it. And if you brought it up, you're absolutely fucking a tinfoil hat wearing fucking shit. Same thing with the COVID thing. Same thing with everything. It all kind of follows a cycle. And the people, the average person, they respond to it in a very Matrix-like way. Who is Hugo Weaving's character in that? Mr. Agent Smith. Because most people are Agent Smiths of the system here. They're just part of the creator's suite. Like they're the shading tool in the Photoshop suite. It's like they're just used by the system. They're of the system owns them, so they're gonna have the same responses like a script, because they really kind of are scripts, where at first they'll ridicule you, then they get mad at you, and the final part of this is complete marginalization, where they oh, he's crazy, don't listen to him. The same reason why they put a lot of us into mental hospital wards, like I was, because we're saying stuff that they don't want people saying. And once you've been in a place like that, or you get sectioned or diagnosed, and they got you on medication to keep you quiet, and if you say anything, all people have to say is, yeah, well, he's crazy, he was in a mental institution. And that's it. They have the system worked out. So people that start seeing things or, noticing stuff, they can't spread the contagion, from their perspective. But yeah, a lot of old pictures from that are coming up. I haven't really seen anything new to me, nor have I picked up on any kind of new information. There's a few details, like all that jerky stuff. I don't remember the jerky stuff being in the original Pizzagate dumps, but in in my opinion, it sounds like it's adrenalized meat, and they send them to the lab for testing, for their jerky. I think it's to see how much, how potent it is, to then be able to attach a value onto it, I suppose. They don't use money. They trade favors and fucking belongings, They don't need money. They don't really use money, those people. But yeah, I think it's interesting people are coming around to the idea or the realization that at the highest levels of power in our realm here, the people torture kids and drink their blood and eat them. And there's still more to come that these people have to pick up on. I haven't even seen a lot of people talking about why they're tortured. And the torture is in just the scares. They have to frighten them, because what it does is it puts your adrenaline, it spikes in your bloodstream. And when they drink the adrenalized blood, adrenochrome, that's where that comes from, they get all kinds of benefits. It's like, I guess, it's like a super high. The movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Hunter's bloated attorney talks about it, and how he could use a fresh adrenal gland just to chew on if he couldn't get any blood. It's fucking crazy, but that's what they do, It gives them a crazy high. It's an age-reversing kind of serum. It makes you feel really good. It makes you very, it's like super Viagra, too. It does all kinds of shit for them. It makes them feel like, they're on an 8-ball times 5. And once you come off it or you stop consuming it on a regular basis, not only is there a withdrawal, but it's almost like that thing, The Substance, that movie. Once you stop using something, all your looks and all your gains that you got from taking the adrenalized blood go down the shitter. Like I remember when COVID hit, right? A lot of it fucked up their supply chain. People weren't as free to move around, and those of us who know about this kind of stuff would be like, oh, look at Ellen DeGeneres, man. She looks like she aged 10 years, you know, and like, look at that fucking adrenochrome fucking ain't flowing like it normally was, and, you know, they're fucking desperate because, you know, it's like the witch, you know, that drinks the blood. When she stops drinking it, she turns into an old crone. They were all like getting emaciated and weird looking, and, when they're doing it, I guess they got to stay on it. I'm sure some of them just stay on it indefinitely. You know, the Rothschilds are probably never stop taking it. But I'm starting to get the idea that for whatever reason, you can't have that stuff with regular food. In some of these emails, it was like, you know, I think it was Epstein himself. He was going back to eating regular food, so he's going off the jerky, adrenalized meat. So I guess you can't, for whatever reason, you can't have both. Maybe it negates the effects of it, or maybe it makes you sick. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, it's there are people that probably just stay on it. I remember Al Gore. This was before Pizzagate came out. He was caught at an airport with a briefcase full of it. And it's not illegal to have it, but he was stopped at the airport. He had a briefcase full of adrenochrome, probably in the vials, you know, because it's not a separate thing. You get it in blood, you know. So he probably had all these blood vials, and I'm sure people thought he was some kind of fucking vampire or something, which he really is. But yeah, that was even before Pizzagate. This has been going on since the beginning, you know? All those old stories, or how it's depicted in media, you hear about these child sacrifices and these fucking temples in Planned Parenthood, which is right in the shape of a sacrificial temple, like the Mayan ones. Yeah, it's the same people doing the same thing after all these years. It's like you have to think, like, if they have this system, or they have this substance, or they have these ceremonies that give them power in some way, whatever it is, and they benefit greatly from it, at what point in history do they say, yeah, we're just not going to do this anymore? Now, the Romans were rooting this stuff out, and they were showing up in places, destroying the temples, and killing a lot of people over this. And, you know, our favorite group got kicked out of countries for this, but when they say 109 times they've been kicked out of 109 different countries, it wasn't just for coin clipping. It's usually for this, the abduction and the torture of the Goyim children. You know, it's tied into their religion. You know, it's not just something, you know, some people may do to have a better career in Hollywood. These people, it's a part of their religion. Canaanites, they call themselves Jews, but they are not Jews. You're listening to a real Jew talk right now. We the Jews now. We really are, though. I mean, I don't know if I have time to get into that right now, but I was saying this the other day. Mind Unveiled has a lot of videos on the post-flood beginnings of civilization. From post-flood, not from what happened before then, when giants were walking around and shit. What the fuck? I mean, Jesus. I think we have problems with non-whites in the cities, but can you imagine having to live with giants? The fuck? God, that must have sucked. Yes, this is just a quick Schizo Garage check-in. I gotta make an effort to try to keep these a little bit shorter. You know, they're starting to drift back into me in 30, 40 minutes. Nobody needs that, you know. But, yeah, I got a lot of stuff in the hopper that I gotta edit. Some pretty cool stuff there, and I have some ideas about stuff I want to get into this week coming up. Some returning topics, you know, a lot of this stuff cycles in and out, and I got a couple things I wanted to get around to this week, but yeah, thanks for dropping in. It's good to be seen. Until I see you next, don't blame the teacher, blame the school.